We're built differently a little bit. What they feature is probably a little different than what we feature.
I think it all starts with their defensive line and the way they play up front. They eat up a ton of blocks up front. They're really aggressive.
A great contrast of styles.
Styles will be different, but at the end of the day, this game's going to be about will.
We're right smack dab in the middle of duck season. Rev it up, bring the duck, and bring the rest of the ducks behind you. Look at the wheels. Touchdown.
Elite speed. The track people here at Oregon will love the baton handoff on this one.
Harvest season in the cornfields of Iowa. The Hawkeye fans hoping they've got something special this year.
Touchdown, Iowa!
He's going to take it. Touchdown, Iowa!
What Iowa does is they want you to play in the deep water, and just like a boa constrictor, they strangle you.
You want a game in the Big Ten in November in the Midwest, where the weather could have a bearing on the outcome. The Hawkeyes have been flying high the last month, but the Ducks are built for water. And the Home Depot Big Ten on CBS brings us to Kinnick Stadium, Iowa City, a top 20 matchup. It's the number 9 Ducks of Oregon against the 20th ranked Hawkeyes of Iowa. As you take a look at the Big Ten standings, there's how it looks. Indiana survived a scare moments ago in Happy Valley. They're on top of the heap at 7-0. Oregon and Iowa just a game back of those leaders. Welcome, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler with Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell, and Gene Steratore. Take a look at the standings, partner. That says it all. Whoever wins this game is got a nice path, maybe, to the playoff.
Well, at least there is a path if they win this game. But both coaching staffs know when you build a Big Ten team, you got to be ready for weather like this. They both think they are.
You know, Oregon had a week off last week. You'd think they'd get healthy. The opposite happened.
I know. So that means that their quarterback is going to have to understand that 2 playmakers and a right tackle will not play in the football game, and he has to be ready not to do too much.
Dante Moore, the pressure will be on him. On the other side, Iowa, contrasting quarterback styles, but they got a winner at their quarterback position.
I think they do. The biggest change in Iowa this year is Mark Gronowski, the way he can add one more weapon to this Iowa offense.
Well, we talked about the weather. It was beautiful Thursday. It was beautiful yesterday. It's not beautiful today. It is wet. It's a little windy, and it's November in Iowa. Oregon won the toss, and they will defer, and that means Iowa will receive. And Iowa has now received the opening kickoff in all 9 games this season. Hawkeyes at 6-2, the Ducks at 7-1. And Iowa's record in November, the last 4 years, is almost spotless. As you just saw, they haven't played many times. The Hawkeyes 17-3 in Kinnick Stadium in the last 10 years. 21-2 the last 23 in November. They know how to win in November, but this is an opponent that maybe is a step above some of the others. Atticus Sappington to kick. They'll try to keep it out of Caden Weegen's hands, but they can't. Weegen from a yard deep. He's already taken one coast to coast this year. He gets out across the 20 to about the 22-yard line as we check in with Jenny Dell.
Well, take a look at this weather. I mean, this is just beautiful down here in Iowa City. This is football weather. Both coaches telling me no excuses when it comes to this game. Dan Lanning said the focus is on ball security. He said, yeah, we're going to try and throw it, but they have to be high percentage passes. Now, Kirk Ferentz laughed. He said, I wish it was actually snowing. Me too, Coach. He told me today is all about concentration. Guys, it is cold. It is wet. This is going to be a physical game. Really shaping up to be an old school slugfest here at Kinnick.
Well, Jenny, we tell you to stay warm and stay dry, but we're way past that right now. Iowa comes out. Kamari Moulton, the tailback, with Mark Gronowski at the controls in the shotgun. And it's Moulton About a yard, and that's it. Mark Gronowski, the winningest quarterback in college football. 55 career wins. Does more with his legs than his arm. With 11 touchdowns rushing already this season.
But his legs, though, for this Iowa offense, even if he doesn't do it, Oregon must be aware of it, and that opens up things for the tailback.
The Ducks with a shift on defense. And Gronowski fakes it to Weegan, going to throw it back to him. Little bubble screen, that's not going anywhere either, although he did squeak about 3 yards out of it. And it'll bring up third down. As we take a look at some of the players to watch, this will be an interesting matchup. Logan Jones at center against Amari Washington, the guy they call the freak of the defense of the Ducks. Third down and 6. Iowa about 45% on their third down conversions on the year. And we'll see if Gronowski's going to put it up here for the first time. The Ducks almost jump off the right side. They get back in time. 4-man rush. Gronowski rolls, throws, incomplete. Intended for Jacob Gill, and it'll be a punting situation on the opening series.
Well, you can see offensive coordinator Tim Lester's respect for this Oregon pass rush. Rolls his quarterback out, has an open throw here, just misses it. Way too far inside. That was a completable football. Kennedy right there, number 22, was going to give up the completion. Not a good throw.
Reese Dakin will come in to punt for the Hawkeyes. Gary Bryant is back deep for the Ducks. High snap. He got a hold of it and partially blocked, I think. Was off the side and out of bounds around the 49-yard line.
That was
The snap was high, and then he trailed it to his right. I thought McClellan got a piece of it.
I thought Dakin did a great catch. Maybe the catch of the game for Iowa right here. Let's see if that isn't the best catch of the game as it goes on. And he had to angle it because it could have been blocked. Nice catch.
And the great rush coming around, and he didn't touch it.
No, but he had to avoid it, didn't he?
Yep. Well, this is good field position for Oregon to start things off. Dante Moore with Noah Whittington in the backfield. They'll work it from their own 48-yard line on the first snap. And Moore throws to the outside, incomplete, intended for Jeremiah McClellan. As we take a look at the quarterback, Dante Moore for Oregon. He has really been sensational so far this year.
What I'd be telling him as a quarterback coach is, you got some missing parts, okay? Do not try to do it all yourself. Run the game plan, stay calm, the big plays will come.
4 receivers set for Moore. And he's going to flare it out. Whittington in and out of his hand, almost picked off on the ricochet back there by TJ Hall.
The first play was an RPO where Moore read it and went to the numbers to the outside. This play was a call all the way. That was a one-man pass route. And they figured it was a safe one, but it looks like every throw out here might be tough.
Yep, I think so. You see Hall going to the deck. One hop before he could get his hands on it. Third down attempt. Moore now trying to be heard by his offense, and they relay from one lineman to the other as he drops the throw on third down. Fires in the seam, incomplete.
Look at that Iowa defense right there. They're in the zone. All eyes are reading the quarterback's eyes, trying to make it a tough throw. Each time, every throw has to be a challenge, and they do it. That was just over the head of Lutmer that time. He dropped the slot receiver, and he was ready for it. That was a dangerous throw.
Through Lutmer's hands, and then Hall on the coverage behind. And it's time to punt for James Ferguson Reynolds. Try to keep it also away from Caden Weegan. And he will, as it goes to the end zone. We'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. So both teams with a series on offense. Both teams had to punt after 3 downs. Just a couple minutes into the game, and the rain in Iowa City. No score.
When holiday inspiration sparks, there's only one thing to do.
It's our first holiday here, so we're keeping it simple.
Simply decorating everything.
How would you hang garland?
These will do the trick. Whether you're new to hosting or just ready for something
Incredible.
bring your traditions to life with the Home Depot.
When you grow up out here, you learn to tell facts from fertilizer. I keep my boots clean by rolling with AT&T, you know, the company that invented the telephone. AT&T's America's first network, and it's still the best. That's not me talking. That's the scoreboard. Just the fastest, most reliable network. Ain't that right, Graham? When you compare, there's no comparison. Plain talk, strong signal, nothing better.
This week on Chewy, shop and save up to 40% off on treats they want, toys they love, or food they devour. All the best price gifts for any pet. For low prices, for holidays with pets, there's Chewy.
Team after the game. No score here the first couple of minutes in Iowa City. Second offensive possession for the Hawkeyes. They'll work from the 20-yard line.
You know, as bad as the weather is with the rain and kind of a little bit cold, not bad cold, the wind doesn't seem that bad out here. Seems kind of breezy, but not bad.
I don't know about you, but I've got ice in my water bottle. and although I don't mind things on the rocks occasionally,
exactly,
I'm not
that's
sure about my
later.
water.
That's later.
Here's Gronowski. Got about 5. Jenny?
Yeah, Garrett is spot on with that. It is not windy whatsoever down here. Coming into the game, it said the wind was supposed to be up to 10 miles per hour, but so far, so good down here, guys.
Yep. When I played here, it was a while ago, they didn't have those 2 end zone stands to block it. It was somewhat of a wind tunnel.
That's right. The extra seating has helped the wind in here a little bit. Center judge trying to keep a dry ball, I should say, out there as long as he possibly can. And it's 2nd down and 6. The pitch to Moulton. Kamari Moulton bangs into his own blockers and gets a first down. It's our first down of the ball game.
Well, that's the matchup that you really want to watch here. When Iowa plays football, these guys up front, they're the veterans. They're the ones that have to handle that defensive line. Good block up front by the great one, Logan Jones. We saw him a couple of weeks ago. They run off his blocks. The way he combos, the way he starts to play, one of the best in the country.
Logan 2 weeks ago was the first guy to go and lift Floyd of Rosedale the trophy after the trouncing of the Gophers. He said, yeah, I lifted it up, but I gave it away pretty quick. The thing was heavier than I thought it was. First down at the 31. And it's Moulton again. And a good gain again. Got it out across the 35 to the 36.
Ness, you know how we talked about how Gronowski can give an extra weapon, but they also use Weegan to kind of mesmerize that defense with his movement. And watch Gronowski fake the screen afterwards. They're trying to get that Oregon defense to loosen up. For years, when you played Iowa, you just had to zero in on that tailback.
Right.
It's different now.
And Weegan has been a Swiss Army knife, offense, defense, special teams. And they try to find new ways to get him the ball every week for Tim Lester, their offensive coordinator. 2nd down and 5. Moulton got a nice block.
Nice pursuit.
About 3 yards.
Yeah, that's that type of pursuit that the speed of Oregon's defense, the tacklers they have in the secondary, 2 great hitters, Kennedy and Flowers, 21-22. Those guys make a lot of play. And of course, Thieneman, number 31, one of the best in college football.
Thieneman, who came over in the portal from Purdue after an All-American season his first year and over 100 tackles for the Boilermakers last year, and now one of the leaders of their secondary, number 31 back there.
Yeah, here's where the quarterback becomes a player in this one. 3rd and short.
The Ducks with 6 up front. Gronowski might have surprised them a little by throwing.
Absolutely. Kind of a surprising call there. I thought for sure it would be a run fake with the quarterback running the ball. That's a tough throw. When it's 3rd and short and you're throwing the ball at the sticks, the defense is very aggressive. It almost has to be a perfect throw.
From our AT&T pylon cam, it was not a perfect throw. Low, not catchable for Jacob Gill, and that means it's time to punt again.
Yeah, Aaron Flowers did a good job forcing a perfect throw with his aggressive play.
Reese Dakin, who had to handle the high snap, and this one's worse. This one's going all the way back to the goal line. He's trying to kick it out of bounds, and the flag flies in the end zone.
He tried to snap it with his hand, but he missed it, and then he kicked it. But the safety is probably the best thing that could happen to Iowa on this play.
Yep, it would have been a touchdown if he didn't at least get to it.
Well, he got the last one, but he had no chance on this one.
No. Had to chase it down and then try to get his left foot on it.
He's very lucky he got his left foot on it because he missed it and then 2 swipes at it to get it out.
Jeff Cervinsky is our referee as you see the flag behind him in the end zone.
There's a big discussion here. Maybe Gene could tell us, is there anything we're missing about this call? Gene, are we missing something here? They couldn't bring this back, could they? He bats it at the 1-yard line. He bats it at the 1. Does it go back to the 1?
Yeah. What they're looking at, Gary, now is illegal batting is not a loss of down. You have an illegal bat at the 1-yard line. So they would replay. I think what he's looking at now is potential options. You can see clearly here that there's a bat, that he's taking it into the end zone. Let's see what the referee has to say on it.
Illegal kicking. Kicking team number 9. The results of the play is a safety.
That was what we anticipated when we saw it the first time.
Exactly. I thought perhaps, maybe because he batted it, they would put the ball at the 1 and make them try to take the punt, and then it would be up to Oregon to decide where they wanted the safety or a replay of the down. I'm not sure.
Well, 1 bad snap, 1 that was worse. The Ducks lead by 2.
It's good.
2. Go for 2.
How about the 2 for $25? You get 1 app and 2 entrees, like our new grilled cheese cheeseburger.
Let's go for it.
That's right. We always go for 2.
Applebee's 2 for $25. 1 app and 2 entrees. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
For the first time in history, people love the DMV.
I brought you guys in early, but not for work. We're doing a team-building exercise.
So work.
New kid comedy, DMV, CBS, Monday.
Now, Reese Dakin, the Melbourne, Australia native, is going, I didn't know this if I couldn't kick it.
Yeah.
I can't catch it.
We didn't know either, but I think right now, for Iowa, he's the leading candidate for MVP of the game. He might have saved 2 touchdowns so far in the game.
Yep. Well, he took the high snap and got rid of a punt. That time, not so much.
I mean, it could be 14-0, and it's 2-0.
Bryant Worrell, the long snapper. We told you the weather conditions would have an impact on the game probably, and those 2 snaps kind of tell that story. So you can punt or kick off on a free kick. In this case, it's going to be a kick from Drew Stevens. And a 1-hopper to Noah Whittington. Whittington trying to get outside. Special teams won't let him.
I mean, that's as good a situation that Iowa could have lived with right there.
A lot of starters missing for the Ducks offense, Jenny.
Yeah, let me roll through these. So wide receiver Jacorian Moore, he tweaked something earlier this week in practice. I'm told it's a non-contact injury. Right tackle Alex Harkey rolled his ankle in practice. And tight end Kenyon Zadik, he's been battling something for the last few weeks. We saw him trying to warm up pregame. I'm told he was begging to play in this game, but Coach Lanning and the medical staff, they would not allow it, trying to protect him, guys.
That's his 2 favorite receivers, Jacorian Moore, the freshman, and Kenyon Zadik, the all-conference tight end. So That's two big missing pieces, so they'll try to run it, and they do well on this one. Noah Whittington got about 8.
Yeah, good formation and good call by offensive coordinator Will Stein, running the counter into the sideline this time, bring the tight end around, and the only player there for Iowa is T.J. Hall, the small corner, to take it on.
Whittington has got the first down. Players to watch going this way for the Ducks. Jordan Davison, 10 rushing touchdowns already on the season. And Xavier Wampa in the secondary, one of the leaders back there for the Iowa defense of Phil Parker. You know, it probably helped the Ducks that they played Wisconsin 2 weeks ago in terrible conditions.
Exactly, but I mean, they get a lot of rain there anyway, don't they? They're probably used to it.
They had 2 guys basically rush for 100 yards each in that game.
Also interesting, a little tempo, but they managed to change footballs.
Whittington, big collision right at midfield with Xavier Wampa, who I just mentioned.
I really believe that is the big challenge for this Oregon team that Dan Lanning presented to his football team. They were sick and tired of hearing how Indiana out-physical them.
Yep.
Now they come into this game, and all we hear about all week is how physical Iowa is. I bet he looked right at that offensive line and said, show me something.
They did. On the last couple of snaps, let's see what they do here, and they did it again, and Whittington, the veteran, has the first down.
Yeah, he actually pushed the Iowa defender right by it, and Whittington makes a great cut up front. Watch the push past the line, and then Whittington goes behind the block on the play. Actually, on that play was Janoris Wilson, the new player in there for Harkey on the play. A nice play by the substitute at right tackle.
No doubt. Military Appreciation Day here at Kinnick Stadium. 2-0 Oregon as we approach the midway point of the first quarter. From the 42-yard line, this one's Dier Hill, one of the young backs. You know, they talk about the young backs, and they are a couple of good ones. And Jordan Davison and Dier Hill. But Noah Whittington, the old man, the 6th-year guy, still getting it done, too.
Yeah, watch Llewellyn on this play, Ness. This is the physical football you need up front. Throw him away, and then get up there and make the play.
Play action. Dante Moore loads, fires. What a strike at the 20-yard line to Gary Bryant.
This is why this Oregon team has so many explosive plays. This is only a 2-man route, 3-man backfield, but everybody stays in the block. Only 2 people to go to. They get man coverage, and as stated by Mr. Nessler, a perfect throw.
22-yard pickup right on the money and right on the number 2, and he was shaken up on the play.
Well, they don't need that.
No, they're running out of receivers.
Well, if you think about this Oregon team from a year ago, and because Kenyon Sadiq is out, the top 6 receivers from a year ago are not playing in this game today.
Evan Stewart hasn't played all year, and that doesn't help
Yep.
either, and that is not a good look for the Ducks offense. We'll be right back.
Compliments of the chef. Oh? He was so glad that he had emergency roadside service with Geico.
Game so far, Dante Moore to Gary Bryant, and getting tackled after a 22-yard gain, and the result, unfortunately, after that catch was this. In a depleted receiving core, and the Ducks are down another guy.
Not surprising to everybody, Oregon is 3rd in the country in explosive plays. You measure that by +20. They've had 61, that's 62.
And they're in the red zone at the 18-yard line. 7th play of the drive for Dan Lanning's Oregon offense. Jordan Davison, the tailback, and he's going to be dropped. Well, it's Dante Moore on the keeper, and he's dropped for a loss of a yard.
I think that was Llewellyn again, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Number
it was.
48. Playmaker, I'll tell you that. This time I believe he's on this side, flopping to the other side of the line of scrimmage. If he's not, he made a great play. No, he comes from the back door. Wonderful play.
That's his 10th tackle for loss on the season, which leads the Hawkeyes.
He's really out-quicking right now Janoris Wilson, number 78. They're having a little problem over there, Oregon.
Second down at 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Maybe a yard. That's about it. Jordan Davison. And he's brought down by Carson Shire. And it's third down. So that Iowa defense stiffening here after giving up that 22-yard pass play.
Let's see how Phil Parker, defensive coordinator, how aggressive he is on this third down play. Against Indiana, they blitzed all game. Finally got burned at the end of the game. Let's see what they're going to do now. It looks man-to-man.
Cooper Perry in the lineup as a wide receiver with Gary Bryant out with that injury. And there's that right tackle thinking about Llewellyn, and he took an extra step.
Absolutely. You get beat across your face.
Offense number 78. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Llewellyn has beat him twice. One time, he threw him away and made the tackle. Then he beats him across his face for a backdoor tackle. And this time, as you said, he's going, I got to get off faster. I got to get off faster.
And what he did was forced a longer third down for his quarterback. They need to get all the way to the 8-yard line for a first down.
Yeah, I don't think Parker is going to blitz now because at 3rd and 15, they're going to drop. This guy's going to go to the middle.
Dante Moore fires, end zone, intercepted. Picked off in the end zone by Deshaun Lee. And Phil Parker's defense comes up with a play.
Deshaun Lee, who saved the touchdown with the tackle, this time reacts from the outside on this play to come across and get the seam inside. Watch this. Watch Deshaun Lee. Eyes on the quarterback. Leave his man and come in and get that slightly overthrown ball. Remember, that ball was to Cooper Perry, a true freshman.
Right.
That's what happens when you have injuries.
Subway's got
a guy like him. Kind of reminds Gary and I of a guy that's now 50 years old. I cannot believe it. But, man, could he get it done. Tim Dwight in his day. He was part of 29 wins for the Hawkeyes, went on to a successful career in the NFL, and he was a dangerous return man. And Caden Weegan told us yesterday, he said, yep, Tim and I talk all the time. He gives me tips. Well, he's doing something right because this is what he's done this year.
Exactly. And if you know Tim Dwight, he's probably watching this game with dumbbells, doing his bicep curls, right?
Exactly. He was a little bit stockier, but he could move, and so can Weegan, and he's in motion right here. They fake it to him on the end around. The lob is no good and incomplete, intended for Moulton. And we get an update from Adam Zucker and a Heisman watch in New York.
And Ness, it's Fernando having his Heisman Mendoza moment. The Indiana starter, Omar Cooper Jr., and they overcome Penn State late by a toe. Mendoza and Julian Sayin from Ohio State, the two leading candidates entering the day, and both victorious.
And that one has got to be up for catch of the year so far. Unbelievable catch in the back of the end zone, as Zook said, by a toe. Second down at 10 from the 20. Pitch, Kamari Moulton. He's hitting the backfield, but spins his way for 3 or 4.
Mark Gronowski is struggling throwing the ball early. Tim Lester tried to give him an easy one, a layup. And watch him pull the string on this one. Afterwards, he kind of does his throwing motion. He is struggling right now. If I was Lester, I would try to run him, get him hit a few times.
Get the juices
flowing because he is playing nervous right now.
And there's not a good play on 3rd down and 7 for nervous.
I might think of even quarterback draw right now. I don't need another mistake.
Oregon thinking about a blitz. They're going to bring an extra guy. There goes the run Gary called, and there goes a first down. And now the juices maybe will start to flow.
Yeah, listen, I expected that if I was going to win this football game, Gronowski would have to get at least 15 rush attempts in this game. Oregon has not faced a mobile quarterback all year, and I think Gronowski plays the most like Will Howard. And remember the plays that Will Howard made last year for Ohio State with his legs in key spots just like that.
Patterson in at the tailback spot now as Gronowski's under center on first down from the 31. And he'll get the carry. Patterson dives forward. Got across across the 35, close to the 36.
Watch Oregon right now. Tosh Lupoi, the defensive coordinator, says, I'm going to give you a 5-man defensive line right here, okay? We dare you to run the ball. And Iowa says, yeah, that's what we do. I mean, we don't care. I mean, we've been playing against 8-man fronts here for 20 years.
At least. Second down and 5 coming up as Jazian Patterson got 5. He'll stay in there at the tailback spot. Everybody in tight receiver-wise on the right side of Gronowski. Now it's Weegan on the move, but it's Patterson again. And he's got another first down. Thiedemann came up and made the stop, but not before he crossed the line, and they'll move the chains.
It's really hard in a football game like this, at least it is for me, to show you the intricacies of the run game that Iowa does. It's not just wide zone or inside run. There's the mid zone, there's the bootleg, there's the gap. I mean, they got everything in their run game that looks like it's just 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but it's sophisticated the way they block.
In that case, just aim for the tight end on that side and
well,
let it
works.
rip.
That works.
Moulton back in there. 2 tight end set. He gets the pitch. And right now Iowa is just saying, we're going to follow our O-line because over the years they've had guys like this. And they've had games like this. They're some of the best ones. And now they got an offensive line that's Joe Moore award worthy right now.
It's funny, Logan Jones was saying I came in against Linderbaum and I was a nose tackle at first, and he really kicked my butt for 2 years on the scout team. He said, I was like, I'm ready to move to center. Do that. That looks like fun. Oh, they collided.
Gronowski is going to lose yardage.
I really think this is on the quarterback again. He snapped the ball too early. The motion did not get across. Watch. You have to be patient with the motion. I think he snapped it before he could clear on the play, and watch what happens. He loses his outfit. He has no one to throw the ball to. That was going to go to Weegan. Negative play.
And Tuioti gets the sack.
Yeah, that was just a miss by the quarterback right there. He should have let Weegan get more across the formation.
And this is a play that Iowa's probably not built for. 3rd down at 14. Gronowski has plenty of time. He's running out of it. Tuioti giving chase. Trying to square his body to throw, and it's to the sideline. And it's 4th down.
Tuioti was on the play, lined up in a linebacker position right here, and he rushes in. It's handled pretty well by this Iowa offensive line. They push him wide, but no one's open early, and really a good job in the secondary. That was most of all a coverage and completion there.
So time to punt, and Malik Benson's going to have to be the return guy now.
Well, the
first
return guy is going to be the punt catching the snap.
Yeah, that's right. But for the Ducks, it's their backup punt return. And he's going to call a fair catch and take it around the 17-yard line.
All right, both guys did their job.
They did.
Caught the snap, made the punt, caught the punt.
46 seconds remaining in the first quarter in a pitcher's duel. 2-0 Oregon. This CBS Monday, your favorite team of FBI agents is back with high-stakes, action-packed cases. Don't miss an all-new episode of FBI Monday at 9, 8 Central.
And it's funny, the last time we did Oregon, we come in there after the Penn State win, as you see the injury right there.
He's into the locker room.
Didn't want that, into the locker room. They came in, they were so confident. They had that big win at the whiteout, and Iowa shocked this football team, I think. Today might change that vibe for the football team if they could pull this win off.
And weaving is Whittington. And he got it out to the 24-yard line. I was going to say, we'll talk about the freshman backs of Oregon, and they are very talented. But this guy, 2 years at Western Kentucky, now his 4th year at Oregon. I might be the old man of the group, but I can still do this.
Yeah, and that's more that new look. I think the way they've changed the most since the beginning of the year is they're willing to play physical run football now. A healthy Noah Whittington's a big difference.
He stays in there on 2nd down and 3 in what should be the final play of the quarter. And they give it to him again, and he might have backed his way to a first down as we played 15.
Well, a lot happened for 2 points.
That's for sure. A lot of action, not a lot on the scoreboard. End of the first quarter, and you know what that means if you're in Iowa. One of the great traditions, it's been voted, I guess, the greatest tradition in college football, and that's the Iowa wave to the kids over at the Children's Hospital. Quarterback numbers, neither one is lighting it up so far.
Yeah, I had a little note for myself that the two quarterbacks do their left hand better than people think. Dante Moore runs a little better than he's given credit, and Gronowski throws a little better. I raced that off my board right now so far.
Cross that one off.
I'm going to cross that off.
Through a quarter anyway.
Yes.
First down, Ducks from the 28. On the ground is Davison. And right now they're just grounding it out here.
How about this Oregon team playing a little Iowa Hawkeye football? They bring in the fullback for the isolation play. We have to play physical football, they say. And they're going to bring in Jordan Davison and the fullback, Zach Grace. That worked pretty well.
They might try that again.
Part tight end, part fullback, 44.
And now they've got both Hill and Davison, the two freshmen in the backfield, one following the other, and one getting the first down, that being De'Aaron Hill. And they have a stable of running backs for sure. They're missing one right now. Jaden Lamar has been out for a few weeks, but these three guys get the job done. Right now, content to run the ball. 237 a game coming in to go with 247 passing. That's the balance of the Oregon offense. This time, play action. And up and over goes Jamari Johnson. So that's the second completion for Dante Moore.
Yeah, I think it was that Xavier Wampa that comes up with that hit. One of the most athletic players that Iowa has, especially from their secondary spot. He's a rough tackler, always physical the way he plays. Wow.
Second down at 7 from the 41.
For a while they were helping out here on the backup tackle to the outside, but this time no help for Wilson.
Jeremiah McClellan, the wide out to the top of your screen in a depleted wide receiver core. Dante Moore got a wide open guy that time, and it's his tight end Jamari Johnson again. So with Kenyon Sadiq out, number 9 coming to the forefront.
Yeah, good time. Held up well in that offensive line. Remember a couple of rushes inside, but this time this front 5 does a good job, allows Dante Moore to sit in there and get the easy sail route to the tight end.
Another explosive play, 21 yards on the pickup there. Back to the ground, back to Jordan Davison, and Davison all the way down to the 19-yard line. So a nice mix of run and pass here by Will Stein, the offensive coordinator for the Ducks.
Yeah, he definitely has this Iowa Hawkeye defense reeling. They don't know which way they're coming with these plays. Good block by the tight end, Jamari Johnson, on that play. He fits in the ISO with a little bit of a motion after the snap. Nice play, nice execution.
Not only that, they show a little tempo. They're really not going fast, but they're not allowing Iowa to change defenders either. So they're back in the red zone at the 19-yard line. Again, both tailbacks flanking Dante Moore. And Iowa can't contain down the sideline towards the end zone and in. De'Aaron Hill, touchdown, Oregon.
Oregon loves to run left. That's where their strength is. Isaiah World right here, right tackle, Pregnon right there. And center, watch all this stretch play. They're really playing Iowa football. Stretch play to the left, push him by. Good block by Ole that time, number 74 on the backside. What a drive. 8 plays, 82 yards.
And Hill was not to be denied. Kept the legs driving all the way to the end.
Ruling on the field of a touchdown is under further review.
They're going to take a look at whether he got across the goal line. I thought he did, but
it maybe his forearm came down. That's the only thing it could have been.
so Jeff Cervinsky will come over and have a look as Kirk Ferentz has a look on the scoreboard.
Does his forearm come down before the ball crosses? It was his right forearm.
I think the ball's already across the goal line when his elbow hits.
It's very close. Does the ball touch the line as it's close?
Gene's along with us. He's having a look too.
Yeah, I am, fellas, and I'm looking as well at Hills. It's right where you guys are at. The hand goes down first and it starts to roll. I just think it's the wrist by the time the tip of the football breaks the goal line, which would be a touchdown. I don't think it's the forearm, in my opinion. Tight play, though.
After further review, the ruling on the field is upheld. Touchdown, Oregon.
It was a beautiful play, well blocked, well run, deserved it, didn't he?
Yep. He did not give up all the way to that white line and just got in to cap the long scoring drive that took 4 minutes. Mixed it up with a couple of timely passes.
Well, Mark Gronowski for Iowa has to start playing some football here. They're getting no quarterback play for Iowa, or Oregon's going to run away from them.
Atticus Sappington in for the point after, and that's up and good. So Dare Hill capping a 82-yard march in 8 plays, a 19-yard touchdown, his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. 9-0 Oregon.
Influences aren't new.
Don't call it a coach.
To Eric Singleton, a 7-0 lead in Nashville against the Vandy team trying to stay in the playoff hunt at 7-2. Guys?
All right, Zuck, thanks. Here in the Big Ten, Oregon 9-0 lead on Iowa after the long scoring drive.
Yeah, that drive was powered by those 2 young running backs, right? 48 of them.
Been a long season for a lot of coaches, too. There's the list so far. As Gary mentioned on that drive, 2 passes to the backup tight end, Jamari Johnson, and the young freshman did the rest.
Yeah, 48 yards for the 2 freshmen. Come into this program and play as 2 freshmen. That's not easy.
Nope. Sappington to kick off. Let's see if Caden Weegan can get his hands on something, as Iowa needs a spark, and he won't be able to. That one comes out to the 25. For 20 years, Allstate has celebrated every field goal and extra point made at participating universities by donating to the university's athletic scholarship fund, supporting all student athletes. And a thank you to Allstate. All right, Hawkeyes, offense, you got to do something. Those 3 possessions won't work for you if you're going to beat the number 9 team in the country.
Yeah, and right now their longest play of the day through the first quarter, 8 yards, and that was on that quarterback draw.
Yeah. Gronowski in the shotgun from the 25. Weegan, the motion man. And they'll just try to pound it with Moulton. And he got 5. Brought down by Bryce Betcher, the linebacker. That guy's crazy.
Oh, yeah, that guy can't wait to play football on Saturday, right?
Oh, boy. That's become a thing.
Baseball player. He'd play too if he could, I'll tell you. In football right now, he'd line up again.
Oh, you're talking about Betcher. I was talking about the guy with no shirt.
Oh,
they're
that
both
guy's
a little
crazy.
Yeah, I got it. 2nd down and 5 at the 30. All the receivers in tight. They just keep on running. Moulton's got a 1st down. Needed 5 and he got about 8.
Well, this Oregon defense has done a good job of slowing down the run game, but it's not like Iowa's going to give up on it. That's really the basis of their football team. They're going to run inside. They're going to run the outside zone. They now have the midside zone. All different ways to attack this defense.
There hasn't been a receiver do anything for Iowa so far today. Now Weegan is in the backfield with Gronowski. He thought about passing it to him, but it's a quarterback keeper for a yard.
Yeah, they spread him out, but I think Tuioti did a good job of not giving up much room, and it spun back as Gronowski kind of slowed down inside.
I don't know if that was just a fake to Weegan or if he actually thought about going out to him.
I think that was run all the way on that one.
Tuioti's had a good first half. Second down and 9 from the 39. Pickup of about 5. It'll bring up third down at 4.
Yeah, here comes the uh-oh play now for Iowa. Your quarterback is struggling, and you're in a situation where he's got to do something. This is not 4-down territory, I don't think, unless it's 4-down territory, unless it's very short.
They need to get to the 48 for the first down. As Logan Jones gets over the ball at the 44-yard line. They bring the tight end in on the right side. They run the other way with Gronowski. I think he got it.
The referee up here has him marked short to the top.
Linesman came in.
Yeah, from the
Fans
top.
don't like this.
It's where his knee went down before he got to the line.
I don't see a knee go down as he's spinning.
Yeah, let's see if they said it's got to be fourth and very short. Did anything go down? Is there going to be a review on this?
He lands on his butt.
I know.
And they've got fourth down up there, and the Hawkeyes are up there as well. Here we go. Driving, and I can't tell. At the end, he pops out. And now the head linesman has his foot for a first down. Referee signals first down. I quite frankly thought they should have looked at that, but either way, it's a Hawkeye first down.
It ended up being the way it should be. And I tell you, with that injured knee of Gronowski, these types of pushes right now and all that pressure on his knee cannot be good.
You see everybody pushing and pulling. And they'll just keep on grinding. Two more yards for Xavier Williams to the 50.
This Oregon defense has stood up. They have answered the physical call on defense, standing up to this kind of bully ball that Iowa likes to use. So far, the bully has not been doing anything to this defense.
Jerry Mixon part of that last tackle, along with Bear Alexander. He and Amari Washington, quite a pair inside, 305 and 330, the two defensive tackles. Second down and 8. Here's a pitch to Weegan, trying to get to the edge. And he did. Did he get the first down? Yes, he did. So he finally touches it.
Yeah, I really believe he's the wild card. Iowa has to be able to soften up this defense with the speed. That's the speed player they have, and Oregon has to know every play where he's at.
If you can't throw it overhand, throw it underhand.
Well, that worked. It ended up being a pass, didn't it? It looked like it was forward, didn't it?
And it's a first down as we're under 7 minutes in the half.
It's still on the stats that I'm looking at as a run.
Nathan McNeil in the backfield for the first time with Gronowski. With Weegan, the motion man. They fake it to him on the end around. Gronowski wants to throw, and he's got a man open. And Gill has got it inside the 5. And there's the pass play for Mark Gronowski.
Well well-designed play by Tim Lester this time. A sneak to the wide receiver, but then he goes sneak and long. This is like you're drawing up when you're playing flag football. Come across and then go long. You got it wide open. And Gronowski makes his best play of the day. But give a lot of credit to Tim Lester, the offensive coordinator.
And the longest play of the day, good for 38 yards and a 1st and goal at the 3. Gronowski's going to throw again. Got it out to his tight end. Touchdown, DJ Vonnet. I should say. I beg your pardon for the touchdown.
DJ Vaname right here. Watch him just sneak out. I don't think anybody thought, I did, that they would throw on 1st down here. And that crosses up that Oregon defense. They had to be zeroed in on a run. Aggressive. They started out with run the ball, run the ball, run the ball 8 times, 2 passes to score.
And Drew Stevens in for the point after. Extra point is good. So 1 long drive for the Ducks. And then, shockingly, a couple of pass plays for Oregon.
Yeah.
First a 38-yarder, then a short one.
And 8 straight runs, and they finish off with 2 passes and 2 brilliant calls for Iowa to kind of react against this Oregon strong defense.
Only the 5th touchdown pass for Gronowski, but it's a big one, and we got a 2-point game. A key AFC South matchup between the Jaguars and the Texans. All starts with JB and the guys. The NFL Today at noon. And catch the NFL Today Plus at 10 o'clock. You can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. So 1 long touchdown drive by the Ducks and 1 long touchdown drive by the Hawkeyes. And it's 9-7 with just under 6 minutes to go in the half.
And both teams holding onto the ball in this weather pretty well, okay? Early throws not great, couple snaps not great, but both teams taking care of the football.
Davison and Whittington back deep for Drew Stevens' kick. And fair catch called for at the goal line by Davison. Let's take you back to the last drive and the quarterback play.
Yeah, 10 plays on this drive. And Mark Gronowski ran the ball as he almost fumbled that. He's fortunate he's reaching back to get the football with his left hand. But then the cool play action pass, the sneak and go to get a man open. And then on 1st down, back-to-back plays crossed up this Oregon defense. Hey, you can't win without your quarterback. 10 plays, they ran him 3 times, threw 2 passes. That worked.
That was the drive he desperately needed, and so did the fans here at Kinnick. And now they're involved. Noah Whittington, the tailback, they'll fake it to him. Dante Moore comes up firing on the run and throws a strike complete to the 39.
Yeah, late flag there. And wonder if the receiver stepped out. Either that or they're going to call him push-off on the play.
Jeremiah McClellan, number 11, made the catch.
And TJ Hall was in coverage. The flag went out very quickly. Let's see what happens.
Here's a call.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both against the defense. Ineligible downfield. Correction against the offense.
He means the offense.
Ineligible player downfield. Number 74. That penalty is declined. Pass interference, offense number 11. That 15-yard penalty is accepted. Still 1st down.
He pushed off with his left hand right at the end of the route. Field judge in the back called it right away, threw his flag, signaled incomplete even though it was caught because he was calling interference.
Dave Iuli was the right guard that was downfield too, so they just take one of the 2 penalties, and that backs him up inside the 15-yard line.
Pretty close.
Pretty even. One's got a pick, one's got a touchdown. And one's got a 1st and 23 back inside the 14-yard line. So back to the ground. Whittington trying to get him some of that yardage back from the penalty, and he does. Before Jaden Montgomery made the tackle.
Got Zach Lutmer right now, number 6, out at corner for Iowa. When they go nickel, she shifts into the slot, and they bring back in Deshaun Lee.
And he had the big play we saw 2 weeks ago against the Minnesota Gophers.
He's their versatile player that Phil Parker can move around. Zach Lutmer, number 6.
Amari Johnson, who had a couple of catches on the last drive, settles in at tight end on the left. They're going to throw it out in the flat to him. Iowa waiting for him this time, though, only about a 4-yard gain as we check in with Jenny.
Well, middle of the first, Ducks receiver Gary Bryant needed help off the field to put no weight on his right leg. We saw his teammates help him carry him to the injury tent. The trainers were looking at his right ankle, but they ended up taping up both his ankles. He walked off on his own power into the locker room. He's been in there for about 30 minutes, guys. I'll keep you posted with any updates.
And with that, Jeremiah McClellan, Malik Benson, Justice Lowe, Cooper Perry, that puts more pressure on a depleted wide receiver core. And now they're using number 9 more as he trots out Johnson to the top of your screen. Whittington's going that way as well. 3rd down and 12. Dante Moore on an inside screen to Johnson. He's not going to get the first down, but he's got another catch. And Wampa brought him down. It's 4th down.
Little middle screen. Iowa went with kind of a muddle look up front. Everybody was standing up, moving around, trying to confuse the pass protection, but it was screen all the way.
And that brings out the punting unit, and it's James Ferguson Reynolds. The best punt coverage team in the country is Oregon, and they have only allowed 2 punt returns for -1 yard. This guy wants to get his hands on it. Caden Weegan back at the 25.
He does not want a fair catch, does he?
Ferguson Reynolds said all week, I just want to keep it out of his hands at all costs. And he does force a fair catch. And the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to spot it around the 27-yard line. A little over 3 minutes to go in the half. Have you ever seen the rain? We have in Iowa City all day long.
Like a sluggish Miami squad trying to spice it up toward the end of the first half. It's Carson Beck on the touchdown reception for the first time in his career against the Syracuse team that's lost 5 in a row since Steve Angeli tore his Achilles. 7-0 the score, guys. See you in a few.
Sorry about your alma mater, Zook. Here it's 9-7, and it's still raining sideways.
You never want to lose Steve Angeli. If it's a Sun Bowl, you need him.
That's right, you do.
Yeah,
he was a hero for Notre Dame in that game we did.
Interesting play calling right here now for Iowa. How safe do they play it? Remember, they made that big mistake on that long field goal against Penn State that tightened up the game. Let's see how they go here.
They got all their timeouts, 3:08 to work with. And trying to bounce it outside and losing a couple of yards on the ground is Moulton again. Now Mark Gronowski's had some bad moments. That one's behind him.
A little slow.
That one's low.
You got to go to the coach. Don't give up on me, coach. And they didn't.
And then the back-to-back passes, a 38-yarder, then a 3-yard touchdown. And he's back to throw right now. Pump fake. He wanted to go long. He comes back across the middle. It's Large, the tight end, and he's got a first down.
Look what happened on this play. Gronowski had a lot of time because Oregon only rushes 3. They dropped this time. Tuioti drops 3-man rush and allows Gronowski to come back to the backside receiver going across the formation.
Well, Mark's completed his last 3. That one was good for 16. He wants more. And he's almost got it. Incomplete. Sam Phillips stretching out for it, looking for a flag.
Yeah, Sam Phillips is saying, I got held on the play. He tried to disengage this time from Thorne Johnson, number 5. See him getting held? Yeah, he grabbed a muff right there, his warmer on the play.
And
that's the difference.
Off his fingertips.
That could have been the difference in the play right there. Theron Johnson, the transfer from Northwestern. Kirk Ferentz told us we were in on him.
Jazzy and Patterson now in the backfield with Gronowski on 2nd down and 10. And it's Gronowski following Patterson. Got about 4. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6. Blake Purchase made the tackle. And we worked our way down to the 2-minute timeout at Kinnick Stadium. 2-point game. 9th ranked Oregon on top by 2. Danielson, Dell, Gene Steratore. Kinnick Stadium on a rainy, cold day. And Iowa, 11 straight losses against ranked opponents. Goes back to when they beat Penn State back in 2021. And right now, very much in this game against the 9th ranked team in the country. Of course, the college football rankings came out, playoff rankings for the first time Tuesday. And that's why we have Iowa, which should have been in the top 25 in the other polls anyway, but they're 20th, Oregon number 9. Playoff implications, Big Ten, conference standings, everything on the line here in the next 32 minutes in this game. 3rd down and 6. Biggest 3rd down of the day for Iowa. And Gronowski goes down, swarmed under, and that's Bryce Betcher.
I tell you, Iowa guessed right. They were running that little trap screen to the outside against a blitz. This could have been a big play, but Gronowski said, it's not clean and I'm not going to make a mistake. Watch, they had the screen coming inside. It could have been a big play.
Bryce Betcher, one of the best linebackers in the Big Ten, makes the play for the Ducks.
You won't remember my name. This is the last time you will see me at the top. I want to carry on, but not today. This is the point I give up. But not today. I want to carry on. You will see me at the top. This is the last time you won't remember my name. Honda, the power of dreams. Proud partner of Team USA.
Yeah, this play was closeness. They were going to go to Weegan out here on the middle screen. Watch how close it was.
He had guys out there in front of him.
Yes, he did.
Instead, Betcher's sack forces the punt. Malik Benson caps under this one at the 14-yard line. And tripped up at about the 19. Nice coverage down there by the Hawkeyes punt coverage team. Don't forget, coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, Adam, Aaron, Rick, and BJ put their shirts back on, hopefully, and catch you all up on the action from around the country and break down our first half. It's become a thing, of course.
And guys will do anything to get on TV, right?
Yeah, and this guy has gotten on TV twice already.
All right.
Nice that AT whacked Adam right in the eye, too, when he was twirling his towel. Straight up the middle, big gainer for Whittington.
Yeah, I think right now, if you're going to be Oregon and you get that drive starter like that, a first down run, Oregon says, let's see how much we can do. Nice block inside. Pregnon and Lala'ulu.
And another big run, and Noah Whittington stiff-arming his way all the way down around the 40-yard line.
Hard to believe this guy transferred from Western Kentucky, didn't he? What a good-looking football player he is. Look at that moves, the strength of his legs. Hard to bring him down.
Pickup of 27, and it was Xavier Wampa trying to make one of those tackles, and he's shaken up. A vital part of the Hawkeye secondary right there going off the field.
Yeah, did he get kicked on this play at the end of it? He
might
did.
have gotten
He
right in
did.
the
I think it was
face.
kick. I think his right heel came back and got him underneath his face mask.
Right in the chin.
Yep.
Whittington, his powerful legs, just keeps on rolling.
How about those two starting plays for this Oregon offense? 2 runs for 38 yards.
He'll stay in there behind Dante Moore in the pistol set at the Iowa 42. We got a timeout by the Hawkeyes. And we'll be back in 30 seconds with a first down coming up for the Ducks.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, but thanks to Skyrizi and clearer skin, I'm all in. With Skyrizi, I saw dramatically clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
With Skyrizi, nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi today. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
This CBS Tuesday, Mark Harmon returns for the NCIS crossover event, starting with NCIS Origins at 8, 7 Central, followed by NCIS.
On this drive, Iapani Lalululu has gotten 2 key blocks on both of those runs. Looked at it during the timeout. He has been on top of this run game.
He's the center who will camp over the ball at the 42-yard line of Iowa. It's been the Noah Whittington show so far on this drive. He's got another one. And he bangs his way for 4 or 5 again. Xavier Wampa back in there, made the tackle. Oregon 2 timeouts remaining, clock running.
I wonder if Iowa took that timeout to just get Wampa back on the field.
Maybe. There'll be 1 minute to go on the snap in the second quarter. Dante Moore fires right side, and sliding for the catch is Whittington. Noah's getting some work on this drive.
He sure is, and that's a really good catch for a running back right there. Ball was thrown behind. Oregon's still playing it very conservatively with no timeout right there.
Can the Hawkeyes defense of Phil Parker get a stop here on 3rd down and 3? Clock still moving down to a half minute. They do go conservative, but giving it to that guy is just a first down machine. But the clock will stop now at 24 seconds.
Still plenty of time.
Now the clock runs again. Moore fires.
Timeout now for sure.
And that's Justice Lowe with his first catch of the day.
Yeah, I thought the timeout on the Whittington catch would have been the good call on that one. After the first down, they understood not calling it there because they got the advantage of the timeout on the first down. But I thought the pass to the sideline could have saved them about 20 seconds. Now they're down to 12.
Yeah. And just one timeout. Now we've got a little break. Some news and notes from around college football. USC, big win last night. Fake punt. Sam Heward wearing the number 80 of the punter. Georgia wins its 900th game in school history over Mississippi State. Indiana survives an upset scare in Happy Valley. Winning touchdown with 36 seconds to go. Some of the things that happened last night and today on this Military Appreciation Day at Kinnick Stadium. And right now, 12 ticks left. Atticus Sappington, their field goal kicker, 8 out of 11 on the season. If it comes to that before halftime, and we asked Dan Lanning about what's his range. He said, depends on how much rain, how much wind. We'll see. Right now, they're hoping to get a touchdown, but there's not a lot of time left. And now Iowa's going to take a timeout.
Well, you can see how important this field position is right now. Because of the wind, they're going to go into the wind with this field goal. 3 points are at play, and Iowa wants to have the right defense out here right now.
And as we talked about all day, it's been a struggle to keep the footballs dry. And that's the handoff to lineman, and Dan Lanning says, we want one drier than this if we make it all possible.
No, that was no good.
That one's not good. It's got too much air in it, and it's too wet. Meanwhile, the center judge has been the guy that's been busy all day trying to keep a towel over everything until the snap.
I think all the quarterbacks would rather play in snow than this light, misty rain.
All right, so each team's taking a timeout. The ball's as dry as it's going to get. Dante Moore with the call in the huddle, and a 2nd down and 7. Kinnick crowd trying to get loud for their defense. Empty backfield for Dante Moore from the 28-yard line. Here comes a blitz. It's a screen. It's Whittington, and Iowa read it beautifully.
They did. Great reaction. Iowa does not get enough credit for having good athletes. It's not just all scheme. These guys up front know how to defeat blocks, and they read and react. They are in there. Look how fast that was read that time by Jonah Pace, number 91.
That swarming Phil Parker defense and the all-black clad Hawkeyes bring him down. And it forces a field goal attempt by the Ducks.
Yeah,
That's Sappington, the guy I just mentioned. And his long this season is 42.
It didn't gain many yards, Ness, but it did center the ball for this kick.
And this one's going to be from 46. In conditions that aren't the greatest for a kicker, a snapper, or a holder.
Well, neither coach is going to go into the halftime with any timeouts left.
Well, Dean Smith used to have about 10 left in his pocket every game. We used to complain about that. These guys are going to use them all. Tonight, 7:30 Eastern over on CBS Sports Network. Catch more action on the field. Don't miss Utah State hosting Nevada in a Mountain West matchup. Band getting ready for their halftime show. And Atticus Sappington just kind of closing his eyes, envisioning what could be a 46-yard field goal.
One more point about this drive for Oregon. They'd only run 23 offensive plays coming into this drive. Got them up to 30. You know, that big, and got them into field goal range.
Sappington trying to hit his 9th field goal of the year from 46 yards away. This would be his longest of the season and his wettest of the season. Kick on the way, and it is perfect. Add 3 to the Ducks as we go to intermission. Nice kick. Good job by Noah Whittington and Dante Moore to get it down there to get a field goal attempt. And the snap was good. The hold was good. And the kick caps off a 52-yard drive in 8 plays. And Atticus Sappington said, yeah, baby. And Dan Lanning says, we'll take it. Every point counts in weather like this.
If you can't kick a wet football, don't go to Oregon, right?
Let's go down to Jenny.
Coach, you come into this one beat up. You lose another receiver out there. It is a battle. How do you continue to fight?
Keep fighting, man. Our guys are having fun out there. We're doing some things really well. Just got to be able to finish drives. Obviously, the turnover hurt us there. They're a really advantageous team to be able to stop them. It's important, but just keep swinging.
How does this weather impact your game plan in the second half?
It's fun to play in the rain. Let's play in the rain.
All right, we'll go with that. Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate you.
Ducks love water. End of the first half. As the rain continues to fall, the Ducks on the lead at halftime as we send it to Adam Zucker in our New York studio. Yes, we head into the second half at Kinnick Stadium, and number 9, Oregon leading 20th ranked Iowa 12-7, our halftime score. Welcome back, everybody. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson. Kind of what you expect in the conditions, I guess, partner. One team's got 60 yards passing, the other one's got 65. Right. Oregon's doing better on the ground, though.
I think so. That's what Coach Kirk Ferentz said to Jenny. I think the story to me was Iowa survived early, but that Oregon defense is really playing ball here. One play, that 38-yard pass. Yeah. The other 31 for just 86 yards. The Oregon defense has stopped the running game most of the first half.
Dan Lanning's going to love that, being a defensive guy.
Absolutely.
So we'll see how the second half goes. The rain continues to fall, as it has throughout the game. And we had a bad snap, 2 bad snaps actually on punt plays, and one of those cost a safety. A late field goal on that last drive by Sappington, and those are the 5 points to go with each team with a touchdown. And the Ducks get the ball first to start the second half as Drew Stevens has got it teed up for the Hawkeyes. Noah Whittington and Davison are back deep, and they'll bring it out to the 25-yard line. Just moments ago, Jenny was with Kirk.
This is what Big Ten football is all about. What is the focus in the second half in these type of conditions?
Yeah, I mean, it's a 60-minute game. We got 30 to play. Down 5, guys did a great job coming back in the touchdown drive. Got to stop the run a little bit better, get the ball back and go.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Hank. Thank you.
2 weeks ago against Minnesota, much better conditions and a lot more offense. And now it might be up to which defense is going to be the best for the final 2 quarters. Pierre Hill, the tailback behind Dante Moore, gets the carry, and Iowa's there to meet him. Loss of a couple. Nice job by Shire, the outside linebacker.
Carson Shire, number 43, shoots the gap on this play. Watch him from behind. Watch his aggressiveness. Reads it and goes and makes the play.
That's a good start for the Iowa defense. 2nd down and 12. Whittington, number 6, back in at the tailback spot. Saliapaga, the tight end, was in motion. They run that way, and Whittington, who's run hard all day, gets out around the 29-yard line. As we take a look at the game trends, they got the early lead on the botch snap for the safety. Mark Gronowski has been sacked twice, but he did throw that 38-yard pass Gary talked about, and then the 3-yard touchdown pass. Presented by Discover, our game trends, and Dante Moore, who we've seen have gigantic games this year. Not so much through 2 quarters for number 5 so far. 3rd down and 6 to open the 3rd quarter. He's got plenty of time to throw, but he had it batted down, and it'll force a punt.
I think it was Max Llewellyn again, number 48. In the drive that Oregon ran the ball down against Iowa and scored, Llewellyn did not play one play in that drive, but that time he came outside and then quickly shifted inside, got his left paw up, and made the play.
So James Ferguson Reynolds to punt again. Number 46, Caden Weegan way back there on the other end for the Hawkeyes. Again, try to keep it out of his hands, and they do force the fair catch around the 32-yard line. They've done a great job of that all season long with their punting unit. And the Iowa defense off the field after 3 plays.
Folks, I've seen a thing or two.
They help the cause sometimes.
Yeah, this second play, right? Bats it, then misses it, and then gets it at the last second, or it would have been 6 points.
So that saved him 5 on the safety. Reese Dakin, the punter for Iowa. So now the Hawkeye defense got a 3-and-out on the first possession for Oregon of the 3rd quarter. Now let's see if their offense can do something. So far today, 1 touchdown, and that's about it.
And all the credit to this Oregon defense as well, though. This Iowa offense does not even have a 10-yard run in this game.
Longest one was a quarterback draw, wasn't it?
I think it was Weegan on that sweep for 9. The other was for 8.
Moulton. That's a good run, good start to the first possession for the Hawkeyes offense.
Pull and then go behind this time, just following behind the tight end that time. Bonami goes out the back door that time. Looked like it was going to be more. You heard the crowd react to it, but very successful.
Kamari Moulton out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, thinking, I didn't know when I came to Iowa I was going to play in this stuff, but that's what happens in November in the Midwest. He's been the top ball carrier for the Hawkeyes, got 6 on the last play. Weegan in motion on 2nd down and 4. They'll toss it to Moulton, try to cut back, and tripped up about a yard shy. Mixon with the tackle. Jenny?
You were just talking about Moulton there. He was born and raised in Fort Lauderdale. He laughed telling me he didn't even own a winter coat before coming to Iowa. In fact, the week before he moved, he made a trip to Burlington Coat Factory to buy one. He said that cold weather toughness fits this program's identity. Smart, tough, and physical, guys.
After a couple years, he's gotten the drift.
Right.
His numbers on the day so far.
Except for today, when he got healthy, the Iowa rushing attack got healthy.
Let's see if Gronowski will be the ball carrier on 3rd down and a yard. Nope, it's Moulton, and he's got a 1st down. So it continues to be ground and pound for both teams here in the 3rd quarter.
Remember that one successful drive for the touchdown. I think they ran 8 straight plays, and then they ran the little wheel route to the crossing receiver. They pounded for 8 straight plays.
And then back-to-back throws by number 11 for the touchdown. From the 44. The pitch to Moulton and the cutback. And again, good positive yardage. About 4 more. Betcher in on the stop along with Nixon. That's what Gary was talking about. First game, gets hurt. The first quarter of the season opener, then missed a couple. And now today he's been the offense with the exception of that 2 pass plays on their 75-yard scoring drive. Second and 6. And now the run for the quarterback. Gronowski close to the first down, but not quite.
Mark Gronowski, the ball carrier.
So it's about 3 runs to every pass in this football game for the Iowa offense. But here's the changeup right here. This is what you want from Mark Gronowski. Can he produce some second half with his legs?
Tuioti, nice pursuit to drag him down from behind, short of the first down. And here we got another 3rd and a yard. Last time it was Moulton who picked it up on 3rd and 1. Same guy, and maybe same result. We'll wait and see where they spot it.
I feel like I'm watching Army-Navy football right now. They want to make a first down, but not by too much.
We got to wait a month on that, right?
Yeah, they want to control the ball like, hey, if you get like more than a yard past the first down, fall down. We just want to barely get a first down and then do it again and again.
And he barely did. 1st and 10, Iowa. Their opening drive, 3rd quarter. Now they go to an I backfield with a tight end in front. And Gronowski off play action in trouble. Got away at the last second. Got it to Moulton, complete. And he had Uiagalelei draped all over him.
He did. Number 10, Uiagalelei, who has not had a big statistical year for them this year. Led the Big Ten in sacks a year ago. Almost had one right here, but just evaded enough to get the ball off.
Had the back of his name on his jersey, but couldn't bring him down. So it's a completed pass, but it's a loss of 1. And maybe 3 on the carry by Xavier Williams that time.
Yeah, you got to give some credit to that defensive line for Oregon. They are making piles. Every play is a battle at the line of scrimmage. A fight every play.
So now a long yardage situation for the Hawkeyes. 3rd down and 8. Gill and Weegan come out to the left. Jacob Gill in tight on the right. Those are your 3 wideouts. And the tight end in the slot for Gronowski on 3rd down and 8. 4-man rush. Gronowski hesitates, rolls to throw, and they're going to call it a catch. And there's a flag down.
And he did get holding inside. It looked like that flag in the middle of that pass protection usually indicates a hold. Let's see what happens.
The ball was complete to Sam Phillips, the wide receiver.
The ruling on the field is a completed catch. Personal foul, illegal hands to the face, defense number 42. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run.
So that becomes not only a big completion, but the penalty on top of it.
Absolutely. Enough time. Dude, they called it a completion. That's close. That might be reviewed. There's the penalty inside. Hand underneath.
Completed catch.
They will review that catch, I think.
I think they're looking at, wow, he just splits.
Wow, that's
His left foot came way out in the goal by the time he hauled it in, but his right foot's dragging. Wow. If that's a catch, you can thank Phillips conditioning for being able to stretch that far.
I'll tell you, it looked like incomplete, but the Oregon coach right here goes, how do you do that?
And they're going to have a look, and Gene Steratore with us.
Remember, no matter what, it's going to be a first down because they're going to get the hands to the face mask.
Good point.
It's a great point, Gary. I tell you what, I threw my back out just watching Sam Phillips make that play, fellas. I think he catches it, though. I think he keeps the left heel off of the ground just as that toe drags.
The ruling on the field of the catch is upheld. The 15-yard penalty is enforced, includes an automatic first down.
Sam Phillips came into this game having caught only 12 passes all year. That is the biggest one of the season for him so far. And then the penalty to boot is right there under the chin. And it's Aiden Breland with the penalty.
Yeah, but Bo Stevens wasn't letting him get in there. He didn't care if it was a push in the face mask or not. You ain't getting past me.
So this is a good-looking drive. 10th play of the drive upcoming for Iowa in their opening possession of the third quarter. First, their defense forced a 3-and-out for the Ducks, and they've had it the rest of the quarter as we're under 8 minutes to go in the third. Reese Van Zee is in the lineup as a wide receiver. We haven't called his number yet today. This is going to go back to the ground game, I'm sure. And it is Xavier Williams, but Thieneman brings him down. He might have gotten a yard out of it.
He sure did. Caleb Downs is one of the best safeties in the country, but Dylan Thieneman is making a run for it.
Tuioti's the guy that's hurt.
And he is the playmaker for this defense. He has one motor, and it is full speed every play.
Looked like he was holding his right arm, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, it looked like he got it caught in that tackle.
One of the top edge guys in the Big Ten down on the play. We'll check on him at the midway point of the third quarter when we come back. Please. State Farm. And by the Home Depot. The Hardy crowd at sold out Kinnick Stadium. Midway through the third quarter. Tatum Tuioti trying to make that tackle on the last play. Got tangled up with Thieneman and the ball carrier Xavier Williams, and then he was down.
Yeah, as he tried to get up, he goes, oh, that doesn't feel right.
So right now, the Hawkeyes have it at the Oregon 16-yard line in the red zone and looking for a touchdown that would give them the lead.
I think he's coming back in.
I do too. Might be in one play.
Exactly. Coach, there's no bone sticking out. I'm going back in.
Moulton, they fake the pitch, and it's a jet sweep that goes nowhere. The ball almost came out at the end. Oregon says they have it. Weigand was a ball clear.
I think he was down, though.
I feel as the runner was down.
It's
part of the ball
called
coming
down
out.
by the
It's
official.
third
Let's
down.
see if he was.
He's down right there, but where's the ball? Okay, ball is coming out at about the same time.
I thought where was the ball? I thought his left elbow might have come down first. Hit right on the elbow. It's out. That ball is out. I think that is going to be a fumble on the play, and I think Brandon Finney, number 4, has the hit that causes the fumble. Yes, that is a turnover. That's going to get overturned. Unless we're missing something.
It looked like Weigand was trying to have the ball trapped between his legs. And they're going to review this.
I think Dan wants a timeout to challenge
The ruling on the
this.
field was that the runner was down prior to the ball coming out and recovered by Oregon. That plays under further review.
Let's see and did he go down prior to the hit anywhere? No, ball's loose. That's a turnover.
Now, when he's trying to recover the ball, he had it kind of tucked in between his legs, and then Bear Alexander kind of rips it out of there. So that could come into play as well.
Yeah,
whether
I
or
see
not
what
he
you're
recovered
saying.
the fumble.
Right there, did he have it between his legs?
Right, and that would be
That
a
would
dead
be
ball
odd,
at that
right?
point.
Yes. I should ask G-Net, can you have possession with your legs?
Yeah, Gary, you know, I don't think in this situation Weegan really has firm control of it enough to say that he would be down by contact. It is between his legs there, but just squeezing it between your knees, if it would be there for a little bit of a time, yes, but this one wasn't there long enough, I don't think. I think this is a loose ball and Oregon comes out with it.
I do too. Tremendous drive, but a tremendous hit by the true freshman Brandon Finney on that play.
Everybody looking at the Jumbotrons. Jeff Cervinsky's looking under the hood. Dustin Carter's our replay official here in Iowa City. And on the bottom of all that is one of the biggest guys on the defensive line, Bear Alexander, ripping and clawing. No pun intended on the clawing for the Bear.
Well,
he comes out of there with it.
Sure, it's kind of fits. He was in there clawing for it. I liked it.
So the call on the field was that Weegan was down by contact. And we at this point think that it is a turnover unless he recovered his own fumble. Those are the two options right now. And this one's taking a while.
Yeah, he doesn't have his hands on the ball at all. You know, a 12-7 game, when you're on the 14-yard line, they're taking their time on this call.
Yeah,
big call.
Very big. Betcher diving in there, and Bear Alexander coming in below. And now the fans are getting restless that this replay is taking as long as it is. Meanwhile, just in case, Mark Gronowski's warming up.
A little surprised it didn't go to replay before Dan had to take a timeout challenge. Let's see if he gets it back.
Again, call on the field, down by contact. And here is the call.
After review, the runner had fumbled the football, and the ball was recovered by Oregon at the 13-yard line. First down and 10, Oregon.
So, biggest turnover of the game so far.
Yeah, and the biggest play by Dan Lanning so far. Challenging that play. What if that ball would have been snapped? He rightly went over there and called the timeout to get that replay official to take a peek at it.
So Weegan, who Iowa's been trying to find ways to get the football, little inside jet sweep, and he let it get out of his grasp. A huge turnover, and the Ducks, with the 5-point lead, have the ball back on offense when we come back. 6:15 remaining, third quarter. And as Gary said, a good call by Dan Lanning, and they got the ball back.
Being a champion, and he does the rest. 21-7 the score right now. An A&M team that is tied for first with Bama in the SEC, but they don't play each other yet.
A&M still got Texas coming up. We're back. 12-7 here. Wanted to welcome newest addition to our CBS Sports family on November 1st, Caroline Melnick, and our Associate Director, Jason Melnick, welcomed their baby boy, Noah Andrew. Everyone's doing great. Wanted to send our congratulations to the
awesome.
Melnicks. Got red hair just like the old man.
Oh, yeah. Got good parents, good grandparents. Mo Davenport, we both know.
Yep. First down after the turnover at the 13-yard line for the Ducks offense. This is only their second possession of the third quarter. And on the first carries, Jordan Davison for 2 or 3. So after that 3 and out of their first possession, Iowa's had it the rest of the quarter, but they haven't produced any points. This crowd is begging their defense to make another big play and somehow give it back to their offense. Second down and 8. And it's a keeper for Dante Moore. Big opening off the left side, and it's a foot race right now. He'll run out of bounds, but he's got the biggest play of the day for the Ducks, and he does it with his legs instead of through the air.
Yeah, played really well here. Nice call again by Will Stein, sensing this. Keep, read it. Nobody to really block out there. The wide receivers are looking for somebody. Jeremiah McKellen can't find anybody. That's how open it was.
And Dante took it 40-40. Big play at the 5-minute mark.
Hey, you wonder if Dante Moore is playing a little bit nicked, because he really babied that run at the end, didn't he?
Back straight ahead on the ground for about 6 more for Davison.
Watch how Dante Moore finishes this run. He kind of comes off limping just a bit.
Yeah, it's the end of a 49-yard run, and he still had a little bit of daylight on that sideline, and he decided, I'm taking this thing out of bounds. So you wonder about his hamstring or whatever.
Yeah, he's got to stay in there, though. You know, I mean, that's a big part of it.
Almost 200 yards rushing today. It's the most allowed by the Hawkeyes, who came in giving up only 84 a game. And there's a couple more that'll put them right about at the 200 mark, at the 4-minute mark.
Goes about really nicely, about 30 yards right in the open field, and then he starts to feel it and kind of shuts it down right about there. He said, that's enough. I don't want to, whatever, tweak this thing again.
He had Luckner closing in on him, but still, there was some more yards to be gained. But maybe he knows what his capability was and decided, you know what, let's just live for another play without me getting hurt. Now it's Noah Whittington behind him. Now 3rd down and 2. Now look at the bunch set and the bunch of defenders to the top of the screen. Quarterback draw. Wouldn't have thought this, but he's got the 1st down.
The formation here got this Iowa defense scrambling to try to figure out the numbers 4-on-4, and then they bring a 5th guy over. When the 5th guy went over, I think for sure Dante said, I'm going to run this thing. It probably was a read.
You see his eyes, and then he said, okay, we got him outnumbered. 1st down at the 24. Straight run for about a yard by Whittington.
Just remember right now, of course, Oregon wants to score a touchdown, but a field goal makes it an 8-point game. Will affect the play calling. We'll see.
We already saw Sappington today hit a 46-yarder, his longest of the year for Oregon. They were going in the other direction when he hit that field goal. But first things first, as Gary said, they're looking for more than a field goal.
In the first quarter, they had a turnover going this direction, remember?
2nd down and 9. They give it on the end around, and nice job by Hill to bounce off a couple of would-be tacklers, but they're going to be about 2 shy.
And Dyer Hill, who had the touchdown run, just had another brilliant run, because that changes it. That would have been about 3rd or 5 or 6. Ends up being 3rd and 1. Look at that turnaround. The freshman running back, 1 of 2.
Puts his pads down,
sure
doesn't he?
Didn't he? Also out of, where is he? Out of Columbia, Illinois. Wow, what a difference. Players all over.
Whoa, stumbling. Dante Moore tripped and tumbled backward.
I wonder if he got stepped on, because they do not go under center very often. I wonder if it was Ioli, number 74, that steps on him. Yes, he did. Yep. Stepped on his right leg as he came out.
Well, that changes things pretty dramatically.
Sure does.
So now they will try the field goal.
They were going to go for it all on the play action pass and then come on 4th down and maybe go for it.
Sappington hit from 46 earlier in the game. This will be a 40-yarder. High snap. They got the hold down, and he got the kick through.
Yeah, good hold for sure that time.
James Ferguson Reynolds, the punter, took that high snap and got it down perfect. So tack on 3 more, but still a one-possession game, as Gare said. Again, this one may be a difference maker between 3 points and 7. The kick, though, up and good.
With Domino's, 2 media
play. Aaron Graves inside gets the push, or that if he doesn't, it's going to be a clear shot for a touchdown to Saliapaga, number 83. Watch the push by Aaron Graves, the smallest of things, inside, pushes back and gets the trip, or this would have been a perfect call by Will Stein for the touchdown.
So instead of maybe a shot at 7, they end up with 3. And it's a one-possession game with 44 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Caden Weegan trotting back to his goal line, awaiting the kick of Sappington. There won't be a shot at this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25-yard line. And we'll remind you that next Saturday at 3:30 on CBS, we got another big-time matchup coming your way. One of those 2 games, all starting at 2:30 Eastern with the State Farm College Football Today with Zook and the guys here on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
As we come into this spot in this game right now at the end of the third quarter, Iowa has more yards passing than Oregon, and Oregon has more than 100 yards rushing than Iowa.
That's sort of flip-flop.
Yeah, that's a big flip-flop.
Bolton, he bangs his way for 4 more. He's been the workhorse all day long for the Iowa ground game. The NWSL playoffs continue next Saturday also with the semifinal. We'll be on the pitch at noon Eastern leading up to our football game. That's on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Tatum Tuioti is back in the football game, by the way, 44.
That's good to see. Might be the final play of the third quarter. 2nd down and 6 for Mark Gronowski. A late blitz coming. He's got time to throw. Goes deep and over everybody's head, but there's a flag flying in as the intended receiver was Reese Vanderzee. And let's see what it's about.
Obadegu, number 7.
Yeah,
Pass interference.
He got the push.
Defense number 7. 15-yard penalty includes an automatic first down.
So Ebi Obadegu, that was a little iffy on his coverage.
It was enough to get the call, though, and Iowa needed a call right there.
Dan Lanning's not crazy about it. Thought it was a little touchy. He's like, Britt, they've called a foul on that.
I actually kind of agree that was a kind of an iffy call.
Ticky-tack?
Yeah, I think so.
Little hand fighting going on.
Yeah, he was so close to the sideline, his own momentum almost took him out.
So first down by penalty. And Iowa will take them any way they can get them right now at the 44-yard line. Weegan in motion. The toss is to Moulton, weaving his way behind his blockers to end the third quarter.
That Oregon rush defense, nothing has been easy. Getting 8 yards, you have to run through a tackle. They have really clogged it up.
We played 3. It's a one-possession game at Kinnick Stadium. In a huge game for both teams. The final 15 will determine who comes out on top.
Okay, so hold on. We want 3 double chickens in front.
And keep chopping, right? They got time. We got time to keep playing better.
It seemed like Dante Moore had a little bit of a limp going on. What can you tell us?
He's good.
Thank you for your time.
You bet. Thank you.
That's Dan's standard answer when you ask him about players.
Absolutely.
He's good.
He's good. Next guy up.
2nd down and 6 to start the fourth quarter for the Hawkeyes. And it's Gronowski on the quarterback keep, and he blasts his way across that first down marker.
It's ugly yards, but it's needed yards. Gronowski right up the gut this time, runs through a tackle, an arm tackle, another arm tackle, and finishes for the first down. That's 35 run attempts for Iowa in this game. Still the longest of the game, 9 yards. That's tremendous run defense by Oregon's front.
That one was about 7 or 8, but it's a first down at the 45 of the Ducks. Now it's Moulton. He barely got a yard out of that. Tuioti in on the stop along with Ashton Porter.
Yeah, give credit to Bear Alexander, Amari Washington, Terrence Green, Tion Gray, all of them inside are kind of stuffing that bully ball that Iowa loves to play. No bully today against this Oregon defensive line.
Every yard right now is huge. One possession game. Second down and 9, Iowa. Moulton. He got to the 40.
Logan Jones that time, number 65, ended up downfield trying to lead that play. I think he's got, is it Betcher that he has, number 28?
Yep.
Yes, there's 2 guys that ain't gonna quit right there. Betcher and Jones.
Logan Jones out of Council Bluffs, Iowa. Knew he wanted to be a Hawkeye when he was a little kid. And now he's not a little kid. He's married as well in the offseason. And he's leading that 5-man gang on the front wall. Gronowski's going the wrong way. Got to get rid of it.
I think the coverage downfield, nothing there. In the first half, Iowa was 1 for 6 on 3rd down. They were 3 for 3 in the second half, but nothing here. Let's see if we can peek and find anybody wide open. Not anybody he could see. Maybe there, but remember the quarterback's running that direction.
Yeah,
don't think he could find that one.
He's a mile away from that.
Absolutely. Can't find that one. No one in his vision as he gets shoved out by Amari Washington.
Right now, Drew Stevens out there. They're going to try a long field goal. He's got more 50-yard field goals than anybody in Iowa history. He's their all-time leading scorer. He's going to try one from 58 yards away. His career long, as you saw, is 55. This would be huge. Kick on the way. Has he got enough? Yes, he does. What a huge kick by Drew Stevens. A 58-yarder, and it's 15-10.
Remember, all the Iowa fans are saying, uh-oh, when we did this against Penn State, they blocked it and went the other way. But Kirk Ferentz says, we're going to do it again.
Faith in his kicker, and he comes through big time.
The Fantastic Four is now
intercepted. And up and over goes Jamari Johnson. Down the sideline towards the end zone and in. De'Air Hill, touchdown, Oregon.
Here's Gronowski. Throws, caught, touchdown! Touchdown, Iowa!
The Iowa wave to the kids over at the Children's Hospital. That's our IHG Hotel and Resorts game recap. 206 rushing yards today on a team that only gives up about 84 a game. Hayden Weejan's been held in check, and not only that, fumbled as well. That led to some points. And now we're down to 15-10 ball game after a 58-yard field goal. So here we go.
Yeah, surprise?
Yeah.
I mean, Iowa fans have been watching this for 25 years, but I will say that Oregon has answered the physical football game. People thought when they came in the Big Ten, could they play a game like this? They are.
And they have. And now we go down to this fourth quarter, and it means so much to both these teams. We talked about coming in, one ranked number 9, one number 20. Trying to stay in the thick of the Big Ten race, the college football playoff race, and with 12 minutes and 39 seconds to go, here we go. Drew Stevens, who just hit that big kick. And this one's going to call a fair catch around the 1-yard line. So The last drive, a lot of little things add up.
Yeah, just that last play on third down. Remember, if Mark Gronowski doesn't get rid of this ball, he's going to lose 5 or 6 yards. Can't go for the field goal. And watch the holder right here on the special teams. Nice snatch right there. Usually that throws off a kicker when it's handled like that, but not this time.
And a career long with plenty to spare into the net for Drew Stevens. So 5-point game, 12:39 to go. Ducks from their own 25. Noah Whittington sidesteps one tackler, and he's almost got 10 more yards. What a game number 6 has had.
Yeah, Whittington has been very impressive in this football game. Power, but able to avoid people, and when you tackle him, you feel it.
Graves almost had him from his nose tackle spot, but not enough. And he's got it again, and Montgomery trying to wrestle him down, and he's not going down.
Jaden Montgomery has taken over that middle linebacker spot when Harrell got hurt, but he owns it now. But watch this. Taking on this running back, you better be ready. Gets hit hard, but he spins forward for an extra yard, 2, 3. What a run.
Not the biggest guy in the world, but playing big here today in Iowa City. 8 more yards on that one. First down with 11.5 to go in the fourth quarter. And now they go to the fresh legs of Hill, and he's got 10.
Well, this Oregon offense is using all their running backs. They're hurt at wide receiver, but they're healthy at running back. And they bring in the other freshman in the game, not Davison, but Hill this time.
De'Aaron Hill, who had the touchdown run, has a 10-yarder there, and now it's Davison as they keep changing bodies with the same result. Another 11 or 12 yards and a first down.
We're going to show a package on Whittington. Nope. Then Hill does it. And we say, no, we don't have time to do that because Davison's going to take one. And by the way, if you'd have told me that Dante Moore in the second half of this game would be 0 for 1 passing and Oregon be rolling up yards, they'd have to say, what have you been watching? Have you ever watched Oregon play football? That's not how we play.
There's the rushers today. 1 over 100. Davison just got 12 more. And first down, Ducks. At the Iowa 35. Another run coming to the outside, and 3 or 4 more before Hill's knocked out of bounds.
The whole drive when Oregon put it all the way down the field, that drive, 10-play drive they had in the first half when they scored, Llewellyn wasn't in. So far in this drive, Llewellyn and 3 starters on the sideline, they just put them all in.
They're back out there. Hopefully got enough of a breather to make a difference for the Hawkeye defense. Second down and 6. Davison behind Dante Moore in the pistol set. Gets the handle. And he falls forward for 3 yards before Shire brings her down.
You would have thought with the long drive that Iowa had in the field goal and the TV timeout, it would be hard to take this guy off the field for a key drive in the game. But as we went here, 6-play drive, the first 5 plays for Iowa, that man was not on the field who has made some big plays in this game.
Senior out of Urbandale, Iowa. Down at his track stance right now, third down and 3. Iowa's defense trying to get off the field. Dante Moore with a quarterback run, and he's not going to get there. And there's a flag down. We might have a holding as well. Shire might have gotten held in the backfield.
Yeah, I think it was Saleh Paga, number 83, that's going to get called on the edge.
Holding. Offense, number 83. 10-yard penalty is still third down.
Two big parts. Remember, this was it a first down play? Would he have gotten the first down on the play, or was
it going to be a couple yards shy?
Really short. But if they take the penalty, they put him outside of field goal range. They are going to take him.
So So now it's 3rd down and 12.
So now let's see if they can get a stop and take advantage of that decision not to make it a 4th down field goal for 45 yards.
Empty backfield, Dante Moore all by his lonesome. That's Whittington in motion. Moore rolling to throw, and does, and it's high, but did he catch it?
He did.
Wow. That's Jeremiah McClellan. I didn't think there was enough room to make a catch.
Oh no, did he catch it? It was, the throw was there.
Oh,
right through the basket.
Ineligible player downfield. Offense number 74. That penalty is declined. It's 4th down.
It is 4th down. It went right through his arms. And our AT&T pylon cam was there to capture it for you.
Oh,
he didn't capture it though.
My gosh. Has not completed a pass in an hour and a half, and he puts one right on the dot.
And it's 4th down. James Ferguson Reynolds will have to punt it away with 8:42 remaining in the 4th quarter. And again, the whole game plan is to keep it out of that guy's hands.
How about the holding penalty? How big that was. Even if they didn't get the 1st down, they were in range for 3.
Weegan making an adjustment as a punt returner, anticipating where he's going to kick this ball. And I think it was a pretty good anticipation. Yeah, he's got to take the fair catch anyway around the 7-yard line. 8:36 to go. It's a 5-point ball game at Kinnick. Don't go anywhere.
Days are all about togetherness, which is why Subway is bringing all your holiday favorites together in one bite. Oven roasted turkey, rotisserie style chicken, and the Terhamkin. Introducing Subway's festive flavors. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
The Home Depot Big Ten on CBS is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance, Modelo, the U.S. Army, and by Subway. Folks have been here all day in cold, rainy weather, and now they're going to watch the last 8:36 of this ball game. So we take a look at our Discover Conference update. Indiana, a late touchdown to stay unbeaten at 10-0 and 7-0 in conference play. Ohio State a win over Purdue, and you look at the rest, Oregon and Iowa right there, a game out.
Let me ask you, Ness, can this Iowa offense go 93 yards against this Oregon defense without throwing the ball? Remember, their long run of the day has been 9 yards.
I'd say no.
I'd say no. Also, when IU came back with that 4th quarter drive, Fernando Mendoza, remember that drive he had after the pick 6?
Yep.
Can Mark Gronowski come up with a drive when his team needs him in the passing game?
Of that 81 yards passing, one was a 38-yarder, one was a 3-yard touchdown. And they need more. Jazzy and Patterson in the backfield with Gronowski. And Gronowski will run it himself. Jerry Mixon brought him down as he just crossed the 10-yard line. George and Mandy's First Marriage is the #1 comedy in America. Way to go, George and Mandy. You can get in on the fun. All new episodes coming up Thursday on CBS 8, 7 Central.
Hard to believe all the things that's happened to this Iowa team in this football game. Only gaining 188 yards. Oregon running ball, they're still in it.
Kamari Moulton, the tailback. They pitch it to him. Trying to follow his blockers. Got a yard or 2, that's about it.
If you didn't watch the first 3 quarters of the game, every run looked about like that right there.
Yeah. It's been 2 here, 4 there, 3 more.
And then a long one for 9.
Yeah, right. Well, this is the biggest 3rd down of the game, obviously, for Iowa's offense at the midway point of the 4th quarter. They need to get to the 17 to move the chains. Gronowski pumps once. Now he goes deep down the middle. Man's there! And he's got it to his tight end again, the guy that he threw the touchdown pass to. Lonami, big play, the biggest of the day.
The protection again, long enough to find the tight end on the play who goes long because there's nobody open to begin with. Four-man rush, almost a five-man rush, and he stays with it long enough. Gronowski finds the key play.
A 40-yarder to the 48-yard line of Oregon. Two big plays today to number 81.
Unbelievable.
Well, answered your question. Can they do it without a big pass play? They just did it.
So far, they sure needed it.
Kamari Moulton, right side. Again, one of those 2-yarders before Jerry Mixon and Tuioti make the stop.
Watch the two safeties here. They kind of get mesmerized by Gronowski standing there in the pocket, and they let a guy get behind him. He wasn't going to go deep, and then all of a sudden they're looking at the quarterback and forget the deep man on the field.
And Aaron Flowers was late to the party.
Yeah, both he and I think actually both of them, Thieneman and Powers, both had their eyes inside and forgot the tight end going up and said, all right, I'll go deep.
2nd and 8. Gronowski wants to throw again. Maybe. He does late. And this time overshot everybody. Flowers was the closest guy. And Gronowski is wishing that his receiver had kept running.
Yeah, I think there was he thought the receiver was going to go deep on that play. I don't know who it was. Was it the tight end again?
I think so.
Yeah.
81?
Yeah, he thinks he's going to run right past him. Oh, he gets stopped. He ran into him.
Yeah.
Now remember, you can't jam in college ball downfield. NFL, that would have been called a penalty. The ball has to be in the air for that to be called a penalty.
So now they come up with another big 3rd down. Xavier Williams in the backfield with Gronowski. Mark looking to throw, fires, and it is caught. It's short of the 1st down, and it's Jacob Gill. And now it's 4th down and about, what, 3?
3. I think they got to go for it, right? You don't want to do another 58-yard field goal here, do you? They're going to go for this.
Fourth down and 3. Iowa is 7 of 10 on 4th down conversions this year. None bigger than right here. Three receivers to Gronowski's right, and now Weegan in motion. They look that way. Throw is complete. And it's Reese Vanderzee to the biggest catch of his day.
Vanderzee was hurt early in the year, came back healthy. Iowa thought he would be a breakout star this year. As he got healthy, he's there. A little motion helps clear it. And Vanderzee says, here I am. Confuses the defense for Iowa. Nice, tricky call by Tim Lester on that one.
15 yards later, they got a 1st down at the 26-yard line of the Ducks. A touchdown gives them the lead. 4 minutes to play. Toss, Moulton. Kamari Moulton still going. Mixon dragged him down, but not before he got to the 10.
Look what happens. You complete a couple passes, and all of a sudden you can crease a run. Good job inside. Oh, my goodness. Logan Jones again trying to reach, turn back, and makes the block as the center.
It's right at the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal. The winningest coach in Big Ten history looking for one here late against the 9th-ranked team in the country. They'll have to get all of it. The ball right on the 10-yard line. Toss, Kamari Moulton. And he is knocked down, and it's
guess who?
Tuioti.
You bet. Coming from the backside, nobody's blocking him. He goes right down and makes the play. He plays all out every play. Watch him right crease it, full speed. On the other side, Uiagalelei sets the edge. That forced the comeback on the play. The two edge defensive end linebackers make the play.
Second down and goal. The 10th play of the drive for the Hawkeyes. Xavier Williams, the tailback right now for Iowa. And now we got a whistle. And
First charge,
timeout.
timeout.
They're all in
Iowa.
now. Losing their timeouts. Iowa's all in on this drive.
Timeout, Iowa. 2:42 to go. We're back in 30 seconds.
Short on nothing, big on weekend. Only on Royal Caribbean.
Not sure if that fan is trying to keep his fingertips warm or if he's praying.
Yes. I'm going to say yes on that.
Second down and goal, Iowa. 2 timeouts remaining.
Oregon must defend the quarterback run in this side of the field right here.
Gronowski under center. Weegan in motion. And now Weegan back the other way. Play action. The throw out to the other tight end, Large. And he's got it to the 3.
Is this not Hawkeye football right here? Tight ends, running quarterbacks, one last drive, a quarterback who's struggling, comes on the drive they need him, and they find the tight end sneak.
Hayden Large with a large play right there to get him down closer.
Tosh Lupoi has to remind his defense, defend the quarterback run.
Try to keep the ball dry. They're going to put it down just inside the 3.
And they're going to they're going to play a little bit of defense with the clock. If they score, they're going to the 2-minute warrant.
2-minute timeout. A huge 3rd and goal coming up on the backside of this break.
6 completions prior to this drive. I asked Ness, can they go 93 without a pass? He said, I don't think so, no. But they did it. 4 completions in 5 attempts on this drive.
EJ Vanami was the biggest play. It's down to the 3-yard line, 3rd goal.
I think Iowa would want to run in this situation because if they don't make it, it will kill a timeout for Oregon, and then on 4th down they can run pass.
Don't forget later in the game, before we're done, play of the game presented by Jersey Mike Subs. That one we just showed you is going to be a candidate, but it kind of depends on who wins the game. 3rd down and goal at the 3. Xavier Williams, the tailback. Mark Gronowski, the quarterback, in the shotgun. It's Gronowski looking for a jump pass. Nobody home. It's 4th down.
Yeah, they were going to do the jump pass to the tight end. This must have been stuffed by the linebacker on the play. Where were they trying? Were they trying to go here with it or here? Let's see what the play was, because it was definitely a fake quarterback run. No, I don't think so. No. It was completely messed up.
Yeah, those guys were blocking.
By the way, that was after a timeout, too. So they had to go through that play with everybody.
This might be the ball game right here. Gronowski's got to hurry on the play clock as well. 4th and goal, 3-yard line. Quarterback draw. Gronowski, touchdown, Iowa!
If Mark Gronowski could do a Fernando Mendoza, he did. Inside the little thing, watch Tuioti run into his own guy when he goes for the tackle. he runs into his Oregon defensive end, or he would have been there for the tackle.
Gary asked me if they could go 93 yards on a touchdown drive. They just did in 12 plays. Gronowski, the capper, from 3 yards out, and now they go for 2.
1 point lead, you have to.
Gronowski across the middle. It's batted down, and it's caught by Moulton. Was he in? Yes!
Let's see if he's in. A tip ball. Everybody stay awake. Oh, I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, it skids. The ruling on the field is that the try was successful. That play is under further review.
Let's see if his left leg didn't skid out. We're going to see a lot of these views.
Right now, it's 18-15. But it's under review on a tip ball. Amari Moulton trying to keep his feet in the back of the end zone. I don't know, maybe that first heel was in.
The other one that we had from down low, maybe it's the pylon camera. Watch it, slow it down. Go back just a little bit. Does his left foot slide?
We told you the weather conditions would have a bearing. As our camera, you can see, he's got a few drops on it.
He's going forward on the play. I'd like Gene to kind of talk us through this. When you go backwards, you can't go toe heel, but I got his heel down.
The receiver came down out of bounds. It's an incomplete two-point try.
Gene, did you get a look at whether his heel was in? Did it skid out?
Yeah, yes, Gary, but whatever you're taking that, just like we talked toe, heel, natural step backwards, heel, toe, or when you have that heel strike and the foot comes down, the entire foot must remain in bounds. So that heel toe puts it in the white.
Yep.
Sounds like a dance routine you guys are putting together.
Well, it didn't count for 2.
Tender love and
1:51 remaining in the fourth quarter.
3 timeouts, plenty of time. You only need a field goal.
Noah Whittington awaits the kickoff. Drew Stevens. Bring it out to the 25 as we take you back to the Iowa touchdown.
The littlest of things all game in this football game. Just the snap clock with the play clock. Iowa barely gets this thing off. Oregon is using a spy. Their best player, Tatum Tuioti, is on the quarterback. Watch what happens. They barely get it off, and then he bumps into his own man, or he could have made the tackle.
Instead, the 11th rushing touchdown of the year by Mark Gronowski has given his team the lead.
Now it's Dante Moore's turn.
And he is 0 for 2 throwing the football in the second half.
Well, one of them was a perfect throw, though.
Johnson, the tight end, trying to hear the signals. Noah Whittington goes for 4.
Let's also put into this football game who's not out here on this important drive. Kenyon Sadiq, their best receiving tight end. Decorian Moore. Gary Bryant gets hurt in the first half. 3 of their key receivers, they're going to have to do it without those guys.
Jamari Johnson, the tight end, in the slot to the left's been his main target today. That throw is complete. Completed to Cooper Perry, short of the first down.
Throwing to guys they never counted on here.
Right.
They don't have their right tackle in the game as well. And Max Llewellyn has been giving them problems.
3rd down and 2. Noah Whittington. And he got what he needed. First down. He didn't get much, but he got what he had to get.
Time is ticking. They've got all 3 timeouts left. Remember, they only got to get a field goal.
Under a minute. Empty backfield. Dante Moore on the slant, and that one is complete. Got it to Malik Benson, and clock continues to run. 45 and ticking down. Meanwhile, Atticus Sappington hoping for a field goal chance. Moore throws to the outside. This one's complete to McClellan, and another first down.
They won't use it, I don't think, unless it starts to click and they're not ready. They should have a play ready.
They're at the 49.
They get the timeout for the first down.
Now the clock starts. Less than a half minute. Dante Moore throws. Oh, what a catch and throw to Malik Benson. Great coverage, and he put it right where it had to be.
Best throw of the game. TJ Hall you can't be any closer. But what he's not doing is turning his head around and looking for the football, and it's parked right in the only spot it could be. He fits it in.
That's not a window, that's a porthole.
This is Freshpet. Here, there are no fillers, no spray-on flavors, no compromises. Just vet-developed recipes packed with fresh meat and healthy veggies. Because real fresh food belongs in everybody's bowl.
Our communities share one heartbeat. But when disasters strike, that heartbeat stops. And that's when Belfor steps in to help bring it all back. Belfor, restoring more than property.
Look at the throw on this last play by Dante Moore.
And look at the coverage by TJ Hall on this one. He's right in phase, goes right over his shoulder. What a throw.
24-yard pass play. Trying to get in field goal range, and they're already there. With 23 seconds, 2 timeouts remaining. Dante Moore with some pressure. Back shoulder throws incomplete, and that time Hall broke it up. Intended for Benson again.
I'm thinking back to when Iowa played in that game against Indiana, and Phil Parker just kept blitzing and challenging his corners to play man-to-man coverage. At the end, it was Deshaun Lee that got beat for the touchdown.
19 seconds to go.
Let's see if they continue to blitz.
2nd and 10, Moore in the shotgun. The throw is complete. Brought down short of the first downs.
And
McClellan.
burn another timeout.
And they'll take it with 11 seconds remaining.
One of the things we used to think about in the day was, on 3rd down, do you want to try to kick it now in case you bobble the snap?
Morning, Pete. Coffee's on and your Uber's on its way.
You know, I've been thinking, maybe I should just go by Peter now?
Peter Davidson. Not bad.
Sounds like I'm going to try and sell you an extended warranty.
How about Petey?
I know a dog named Petey.
Little P or Big D?
Oh, what about Double P?
You want to go by PP?
You know what? I think I'm just going to stick with Pete.
Pete. I like it.
I like you too.
Still to come, Adam, Aaron, Rick, and BJ share their insights on this one and bring you the best highlights of the day on the U.S. Army post-game show. Here's where we are, 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
And remember how important that timeout that they kept on that challenge call earlier in this half. Will they center the ball? They did it at the end of the half for the field goal straight away.
It's 3rd down and 4. Dan Lanning's got 1 timeout left in his pocket.
They can run it here.
Dante Moore's going to throw, and he's going to throw to the end zone. Incomplete. And it's 4th down.
Boy, they were aggressive this whole drive, were they not?
Malik Benson again was the intended receiver.
He won inside. That's usually an easy throw for a quarterback. He's got him on his back, just a little too far.
So now it's going to come down to Atticus Sappington, the senior out of Portland. He hit from 46 earlier, which was his long of the year. James Ferguson Reynolds to hold. With 7 seconds left, this should be for the ball game from 39 yards away.
Third and
Iowa
final.
takes the timeout.
Timeout, Oregon.
Oregon, beg your pardon, takes the timeout.
Yeah, the play clock was running down. He wanted his team to be comfortable with the kick.
There's the Big Ten standings. We showed you earlier. Indiana a winner over Penn State. Ohio State wins. They're both perfect and number 1 and number 2 in the country in the college football rankings. USC had a big win last night, and whoever survives this one is going to have another huge win under their belt.
Let's see if Kirk Ferentz takes a timeout now to ice him even more.
Sappington's been out there a long time. Ferguson Reynolds to hold, unless we have another timeout. From 39 yards for the win. Up and good. He got it. With 3 seconds left, it looks like Oregon is going to leave Iowa City with a huge victory.
What a bare-knuckle football game for all but about the last 5 minutes. And then the 2 quarterbacks drove their teams down the field.
And on that last drive, Dante Moore was 5 for 7 for 47 yards, and that sets up his kicker from 39, and he's true again. A 54-yard drive in 10 plays, 1 minute and 48 seconds. Dante Moore said never had a doubt.
That throw down the sideline, fitting that one in. A bare-knuckle football game for sure until the last 2 drives.
And that look on Kirk Ferentz's face says it all. Oregon 18, Iowa 16.
Remember when this Oregon team beat Penn State and that whiteout 110,000? They were the toast of football, college football. Everybody said they were the team to beat. Then they had that loss to IU and they kind of fell out of the favor. This game puts them back into the fight.
It's going to put them at 8-1 and 5-1 in conference play. Unless that guy can do something miraculous, and he's done it before.
They're not going to give the ball to him, are they?
No,
if they do, it'll be a lateral. That's my prediction.
This is a squib kick.
Yes. If he gets it, it'll be off a lateral.
And there's the squib. And the ball is out, and the ball game is over. Dante Moore's final drive was one for the books, and that 124-yard pass, you won't see anything prettier.
A lot of people wondered whether Oregon could win this type of game.
It's the end of the ball game.
Gutsy game for both teams. Came down to the final couple minutes. Dan Lanning, I'm sure, is a happy guy with Jenny Dale.
Coach, you built this team to be Big Ten tough, to play in these type of conditions. How did that manifest into a victory today?
That looked like an old school Big Ten game today, didn't it? And I tell you what, our resilience, right, next guy up, the guy stepping up, unbelievable team we just competed with. They had no quit. Our team had no quit. It's kind of like who had it last is going to have a chance. We had a chance tonight.
What were you telling them in those final 2 minutes?
Oh, man, just breathe. Just breathe. Let's all soak it. Deep breath. In, out, right. Let's reset and go make the next play. Some unbelievable plays by our guys.
How proud are you of this group?
I can't put it into words, man. I love coaching this group, man. It's not supposed to be easy, right? This is what football's about. Teaches you adversity. This is what life's like, man. And our guys got to experience that tonight.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you so much, Jane. Appreciate it.
Both quarterbacks in the fourth quarter had huge plays. That guy in the final drive with one of the best passes of the day, and Mark Gronowski, who scored the touchdown to give Iowa the lead. And you can see the emotions a little bit different on that side. Dante Moore, the winning quarterbacks, back with Jenny.
Dante, what were you telling yourself in that last series?
I mean, I said I've been through this moment 100 times already. I mean, it starts at practice Monday through Friday. The way Coach Landon pushes us, and we've done 2-minute drills so many times where our offense was leading, the defense needed to stop, where the defense was winning, where we need to get points. So it all starts at practice, and you practice how you play, so we did a great job.
Your team came in here with some key players down, and there was never a doubt within this organization, within this program. What does that say about the depth of the program and just the confidence and belief you all have?
That just speaks about the Oregon brand. I mean, every year is dominant players in every position. I mean, we did lose a lot of players, and it kind of happened during the week and things like that. But it's always next man up mentality, because Landon always pushes every person. If you're the 1, you're the 2, you're the 3, it doesn't matter on the team. So when moments like this happen, we're ready to go.
Take us through that final drive. You said there was never wavering belief. You knew that it was going to happen. Take us through it from your perspective.
Yeah, I mean, the whole game, whether it could have been a lot of things that happened. I wasn't really clicking on passes, and there's a lot of Detroit guys on the defensive side of the ball, and I know they're dogs as well. But I feel like that. I just feel like the 2-minute drive. I mean, I told myself, hey, forget the things that happened in the past. It's next play mentality. So you see he's praying right there. We're big in the faith and big in the Christian life. So thank God for everything.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, one of the stars of the game, obviously, Dante Moore. He's had some big moments this year so far, and maybe none bigger than that last drive to get the victory.
Man, I love sports. I love competing. I miss competing. A game like that, you don't get any more fun. These players answered every call from the first drive of the game to the last drive of the game.
And the updated standings, we'll give them to you one more time as Oregon moves closer to the top to go to 8-1. They won't lose that 9th-ranked ranking, I'm pretty sure, with this win over number 20 Iowa here today on the road. Now it's time for Plays of the Game, presented by Jersey Mike Subs. We could have had a lot of different ones, but if you see a better throw and catch than this, let me know about it. Maybe the one at Indiana and Penn State today. And then Atticus Sappington, 39-yard field goal. He hit some big ones all year, and that's one of his biggest. And that's going to give the Ducks the 2-point win. Well, it's going to be a nice plane ride back to Eugene. These guys have covered about 14,000 miles flying, and now they're going back home.
Well, the trips might be easier, but the games in front of them are not easy. USC and Washington still in front of them.
They got some big ones yet to come, but a big one here on the road at a tough place at Kinnick in tough conditions. For Gary, Jenny Dell, Gene Steratore, our entire CBS crew, Brad Nessler saying so long from Iowa City. 18-16, Oregon a winner. Tonight on CBS begins with NCIS Origins, followed by back-to-back episodes of 48 Hours. We'll send you back over to Adam Zucker and company for the U.S. Army postgame show right after these messages, and we'll see you next Saturday right here on CBS.
And that's for nerds.